The loss of chairman and CEO is almost unheard of in the top 50 listed companies, so we thought it worthy of a little critique and comment. It's all very well for the new chairman to say there was a unanimous vote. Two of the people on the board are no longer there. At best, Mr Johns left journalists confused. But he rather let his new chief executive, Hamish, Stewart, down in front of the media today, describing the events as a sudden change in thinking by the board, but then failing to explain adequately why David Stewart, the man chosen to replace Wal King just 8 months ago after a search that took a lot longer than that, has been sent packing. David Stewart was apparently a great stabiliser. There was a change in leadership style needed. But not mentioned was the elephant in the room, the big Spanish construction giant Grupo ACS, with its eyes on Leighton cash flow. Under questioning, Stephen Johns gave the elephant short shrift, saying, "I have no idea what ACS's view is, and they played no role in this decision." Well, here's the backstory. Leightons is currently 54% majority owned by German builder Hochtief. In fact, Hochtief has very little value in it other than Leightons. But Hochtief itself is now effectively controlled by Grupo ACS, founded and run by Spain's Florentino Perez, the man who owns soccer club Real Madrid and who's renowned for his acquisitional prowess. And over the last 3 years, he's been able to creep to control of Hochtief. It's worth noting that indirectly ACS now owns almost 30% of Leighton. Of course, if it had bought Leighton shares here, it would have had to have made a full takeover bid. But why wouldn't Mr Perez be interested in Leighton? Together, Leighton's Hochtief and ACS projects span the globe beautifully, with Leighton projects in the pipeline that should generate truckloads of cash. Last week, I spoke to ousted chief David Stewart, who was unusually frank for a CEO about his big shareholder.
They intended to consolidate the Hochtief result. In terms of ACS running Leighton, I think ACS are very clear that they are a shareholder of Hochtief and Hochtief remains the shareholder of Leighton. Hochtief have 4 representatives on our board and they'll continue to have that position, and Hochtief and ACS both signed and agreed to the independence protocol of Leighton. So we don't feel any threats from these guys.
David Stewart is now gone. The question is, how robust is this independence protocol agreement, especially if ACS were to take full control of Hochtief? And is it any coincidence that the head of Hochtief, a man backed by ACS, was in Australia when these crucial decisions were made? And where is former Leighton CEO Wal King in all this? Well, according to our sources, earning his dollars in his new consulting role to Leighton. Or is that to ACS? Mr King is said to have become close to ACS's Florentino Perez. New CEO, Hamish Stewart, was reported to be King's preferred choice to run Leightons, but the board 8 months ago went with David Stewart. One of our sources tells that David Mortimer's position was that if Stewart went, then so would he. What if we are watching in slow motion the takeover of Leightons by ACS, at a time when ACS is highly leveraged, probably looking to take on more debt with other acquisitions, and with funding very tight given bank health in Spain, Europe and the US? As the media briefing wrapped up today, Mr Johns said dryly, "Surely there's another ACS question?" I suspect there will be.